My name is Monroe, and you're watching MVM Candid Convos. MVM. Should there be some type of monetary or other compensation for slavery?
That's pretty deep. Of course, I think there should be like some price for an action that has been made.
Okay.
Like every action has a consequence.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the laws of nature. I mean, of the universe.
That's a fact.
So yeah, I mean, something should be done. I think.
How would you go about implementing that?
It's many ways to go about it, I believe, but I don't think money should be it.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't think it should be the only thing, if anything.
Okay. Why not?
I say that because like just because you have money, it doesn't mean you have some kind of power in a way, because with the laws, we have laws set in place already to diminish certain like minorities of certain power, such as like status or class.
Okay.
Like it's always been that way too.
Yeah.
You know, if you think back to like the civil rights days, to where like there'll be certain limitations. You can't eat in this restaurant, stuff like that. So it's like you can have all the money in the world, but I can't eat in your restaurant. And I just think it's like there should be other ways aside from money.
Okay. So should the reason for reparations be to what type of power do you want? Is it so it's not just economic power in your mind? What is the goal also of reparations?
To move forward, accepting that we have our differences and similarities, and just see each other as like brothers and sisters.
I didn't do it, but my aunt. I don't think we should have to pay anything for it
Okay, why not?
because it was our ancestors, and like that was kind of a long time ago.
I mean, don't the effects still linger?
I mean, yeah, we should like fight against systematic racism.
I definitely think it'd be kind of not too hard to like track down, but it's definitely gonna be hard to figure out compromises. I think there are definitely ways to do it, but it'll take a long time.
So are you for or against it?
I'm not like terribly against it. I think we definitely see the effects of slavery.
How do you think we would implement it if we were to do it?
That's a tough question. I'm not quite sure. I haven't like really thought too much about it. Really, because I've had a lot going on. But if we were to implement it, I can't say right now on the spot.
It's cool.
What do you like? What do you want? Are you for?
Yeah, I'm for it.
Okay. Well, how would you think we would implement something like that? Like, should it be monetary? Should we put it into funding stuff?
I don't know if it should be monetary. No, I think we should just, how we doing the stimulus checks, we should probably just get a check.
Okay.
Yeah.
You think that's the most efficient way?
I don't know if it's the most efficient, but I know people don't want to spend their money on. Everybody ain't gonna agree on what to spend their money on.
What is that? Wait, is that bad? I don't know what that is.
You don't know what that is?
No, what is that?
It's like
What is it?
Payment back for slavery.
Yeah.
Oh no.
What? No,
Wait,
yeah.
oh, for the white people?
What is she saying?
You know what? No more questions.
I'm gonna have to think. Whoa, you can't put me on the spot. I gotta think
What?
about my response.
What you mean?
I gotta think about my response.
Okay. Are you for it or you against it?
Pay me my money. I'm for it. Pay me my money. Send it here. I mean, I'm for
Oh,
it. Right in the head.
Okay. What do you think it should go to? Should it be monetary, like they send a check to each person's door? Should it be they fund schools, they fund communities? What do you think?
Why not both?
Okay.
Why not both?
What about you?
That's a good answer. Why not both?
Okay. So say y'all get a check in the mail. What's that check gotta say?
I
don't gotta say nothing. I don't gotta see the money.
I don't know.
How many zeros?
We was in slavery a long time. Very long time.
the memo need to be something giving back, or it needs to be something kind. Don't need to be something just slung up there. It needs to be thoughtful.
Okay. What about you?
It gotta be a hefty price.
All right. So, do y'all think we'll see reparations in our lifetime?
Probably not.
No, probably not. But who knows? With the way the world changing right now, stuff could unexpectedly happen. So I could be hopeful for it.
I could at least say though that this world is corrupted in which you speak, and there's a bunch of racial barriers that we have.
Yeah.
And based on just our judicial branch system is very corrupted. As you can see, we have black students that get more penalties, harsher crimes compared to non-colored students who do the same type of crime or activity.
That's a fact.
And yeah, it's still not an equal understanding or equal punishment. It's always someone with upper advantage.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel. I feel it's a corrupted system we live in, but it's gonna get uglier before it gets better.
What are y'all's thoughts on reparations?
Ooh, that's a real question right there. I think that is necessary. I feel like we've lived in a society where oftentimes people who belong to marginalized group don't get a fair opportunity that they deserve. So why not give reparations to help balance the ticket? Not to mention, it could look like different ways. It doesn't have to be like only monetary. It could be giving more access to resources. It can be being able to just like have a conversation that surveys what the people of any marginalized identity wants. So
yeah, similar, same.
What are your feelings on reparations?
Reparations? I feel like they're needed.
Okay. What do you think we should do about it? Should it be monetary? Should it be we put funding into other areas? How would you do that?
I would say funding into other areas.
Okay, what areas?
Like neighborhoods that are more like not as upgraded as other neighborhoods.
Okay. So like, should it be that? Should the point of reparations be to like? Is it to wait? What is the point for you for reparations? What is the goal?
I guess to give back to like communities.
Do you think we'll see it in our lifetime?
Eventually, not right now though. But I mean, I do see it taking more time.
Run me my money.
What about you?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you think we should do that? I know you said money. Should it be money? Should it be funding towards other areas? How do you think we'll implement that?
Money, like land too. Run me my land. Yeah, money and land. Things that also like it should go into like helping us like build wealth too, like banks being able to like give Black people more loans and stuff like that. That's a part of that also to help us build businesses and like actually build wealth for families.
Sure.
I think it depends on the community. I feel like the Black community can decide, and then the Native communities should decide for themselves.
Okay. You talked a little bit about building wealth and what should be the goal of reparations. Like, what is the impact we want reparations to have?
Just like the goal is, I guess, just to help Black communities like not be in the position that we're already in. Also, as she said, Native Americans also, just like, because compared to other like communities, I guess we're just like underprepared in a lot of ways that we could be. So yeah.
I think the goal is to have people be able to stand on their own without feeling the need to ask anybody else, like as a community. Like how Black people, they can rely on Black businesses, Black communities, instead of relying on others and feeling like they need something from somebody else. Also, education system, I feel like that's reparations also. I feel like history should be taught more accurately.
Okay. So do y'all think we'll have reparations in our lifetime?
No.
So how do you feel about reparations?
I think that they're important. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it depends on the context, I guess. Yeah.
How do you say we would implement that? Would it be monetary? Would it be funding for schools, communities?
I think it should be monetary up to like a certain extent. Obviously, it's going to be really hard to give everyone, money like that. But I think yeah, funding for school is also super important, and it could come in the form of like social programs and like more access to things that would require money, and maybe like have it more free or like cheaper, way cheaper.
What do you think is the goal of reparations? Like, what impact are we trying to have?
I think the goal is to like, make it a point that like they weren't given, and that like something obviously happened that wasn't like credit, like, the words. Like the point is to give back because so much was taken, in like so many different avenues and ways, and that like, so the point of them is kind of just to like show that, I don't know. Is that good? Yeah.
So, do you think we'll see reparations in our lifetime?
Oh, yeah, I hope so. I think like they're starting, to be talked about a lot more. They're in a lot more of the like political era and like talking about it. Hopefully we see it in our lifetimes. I mean, that's what everyone wants, but it really just depends on the administration, Yeah.
Okay. I want my reparations. I just feel like the United States gave money to every single group. Seems like except for Black people. No.
That's a fact.
We're not supposed to get it. It's a fact. We never got our reparations.
They have a house. There's a house bill that's working towards a commission to look at it, but that's gonna be a long time.
I thought we were supposed to get it.
No.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
How do y'all think we should? What should reparations be? Should it be monetary? Should it be funding for schools, neighborhoods? What should it be?
Monetary.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
If you had to put a price on it, what would the paycheck say?
$2K a month.
Okay. That's how it is in Canada. So.
Yeah. I just feel like,
we need
$2K
it.
a month.
So what should be the impact of reparations? Should it what is the goal that we're reaching?
I mean, to get not really apologize for slavery, but like I don't really know. I just feel like
we need something.
Because it seems like they gave money to the Asian Americans after keeping them, and we never even got an apology for slavery. Like they never, like the United States never came out and said like an apology for slavery. So I just feel like we need something, and I feel like I don't know. I mean, money doesn't solve everything, but
yeah, it can solve a lot of problems.
They're good. I feel like they can be a good thing, depending on when it's applied to, what specific thing it is applied to. But it truly just depends on how hard reparations can be applied to people and how people basically feel about it. So I mean, I don't mind them. It just depends on the situation, I'd say. So I'm like in the middle about them.
How would you implement it?
I'd be definitely funding. Seems like there's a lot of institutions that lack a lot of currency. We'll just make it into like a general term, whether that's low income communities, schooling, anything that kind of inquires community based support. There's a lot of lack of that, so I'd say funding.
Last question. Do you think we'll see reparations in our lifetime?
Hardly not, because our country is built on this capitalist understanding, and due to this hugely impactful economic world that we live in, and a lot of greed, I don't feel like there's going to be a lot of reparations come time soon, especially during COVID, considering how even our government is kind of lacking with the aid and kind of figuring out the support towards that. So I feel like there's not going to be the type of reparations that our community is going to want. So no, I don't think so.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
We owe everything to the ancestors or the descendants of slaves. We owe them everything.
How do you think we should do that? Like, should it be monetary? Should it be funding to education, funding to communities? How do we go about that?
I think to start funding to communities, because, I mean, we've seen how systematic racism works, right? The communities need to be brought up to equal status.
How do you, what do you think is the goal of reparations? What is the impact we're trying to have?
See, I don't really know, because I haven't really, been, this topic of reparations hasn't been brought up to me before. So this is a relatively new conversation for me.
Dang, okay. Well, I appreciate you talking with me. Do you think reparations will be in our lifetime?
That one's tough. I think if the right people are in the higher up positions, it could be, but they're also going to need pressure to actually have that, to help that move along.
And that wraps it for this episode of Candid Convos. Please remember to follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, and follow us on TikTok. Also, check out our YouTube. All right. Yeah.